Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 4 p.m. West African time, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you today. Um, I'll be your facilitator and also the speaker for today. And we're hoping to get into the frame to understand much clearly what the career program, which would be undertaken within the Yappi initiative, really is. Some more students are still joining us, and we're hoping to have a really good session today. So please, if you know your friends who haven't joined yet, inform them that we've begun. We are live, and it's promising to be a very exciting session where I'm hoping to motivate, but also inspire you with respect to how your careers within the animation space and post-production space might look like. Okay, so what I'll be doing today is giving you a very strong high-level overview with respect to what you'll be expecting within the career program. Most of you know, as a matter of fact, and you've already begun the core animation / post-production course already. But maybe a few of you don't know this, but actually what we've done very carefully is also integrate a career / mentoring entrepreneurship program, which will be taken alongside your core animation and post-production program. And I'm explaining in a little bit why that is absolutely crucial. And for us, it's non-negotiable. This program, the whole Yappi program, is not your usual traditional program where you learn a particular skill set or you maybe get some knowledge on the specifics of animation and post-production. Then at the end of the program, you are still nowhere, you're still in limbo or you're in a bubble. That is not our intention. Our evaluation supposes and clarifies that a good way to measure the impact of this program is fundamentally to be able to understand the level or the leverage you have in terms of your link with industry, your leverage you have in terms of your development of entrepreneurship or employability, and not just that, but also tying you to actual industries within the animation space. And I will try my best today to give you a sense of why this is absolutely crucial. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen in a minute, and then I can proceed. So we can progress the session. It's going to be about 30-minute session, and I will leave room for some interaction, which I would pick up on the chat. And as a matter of fact, I like for it to be interactive. So I would also be asking you a few questions as we progress, and I'll be very excited and delighted and grateful if individuals on the call or the students on this call can actually respond to any question I ask you by just sending a text message on the YouTube channel or Twitch channel which you are viewing this session, okay? I'll really appreciate that. Okay, sharing my screen now. Thank you. I imagine everybody can still see me. So, my name is Dr. Akanimo Odon, and I'm the head of careers, entrepreneurship, and mentorship for the Yappi initiative. My LinkedIn profile is Dr. Akanimo Odon. And for the next 3 months, there is a very exciting program that will be running alongside the main Yappi program. And most of you obviously know Yappi is an acronym for Youth in Animation and Post-Production Initiative. Okay. So the program I'm speaking about today as an overview is the International Career Coaching Program. Okay. The International Career Coaching Program. You might call it ICCP. I'm saying so because as you progress, you'll be hearing this acronym a lot more. ICCP, International Career Coaching Program. An International Career Coaching Program is an addition or an addition to your main animation and post-production program. It's a compulsory program for all students. So you can't say, well, I don't really want to do this. As a matter of fact, your capacity or capability to actually progress from one level to the next within this program is based on your capacity to respond to exercises and also assignments given to you both on the core animation and post-production program, but also on international career coaching program. That is absolutely crucial. And as a matter of fact, that's also non-negotiable, okay? Because we don't want to train students in animation and post-production who finish the training program, and after 9 months, they're still clueless. No chance. Under this initiative, you cannot remain clueless. There's some sense of guidance and direction that we are hoping to actually instill and integrate in your lifestyle, in your thinking, in your perspective as you progress. It's very important because the idea and the design of the program is to enable you to begin to find your directioning and your positioning as you are undertaking the entire Yappi initiative program, okay? Very, very crucial. So your positioning and your direction. Most of you know that in Nigeria, and I saw the case in many African countries, many students graduate, haven't done a course for 4 years, a course for 3 years, or even 5 years in some cases, and they still remain clueless. That isn't going to be the case. And so I want to beg your indulgence to take this very, very seriously. I'll give a bit more details as we progress, but this is just a very simple introduction. Okay. Might be a good idea to give a sense, a little about me, because you're probably wondering, well, who is Dr. Akani Mordan and why is he the head of careers mentoring and entrepreneurship for this program? So my first degree was in environmental, or rather was in zoology, now environmental biology, which I finished at University of Benin. And like most young persons, I wanted to study medicine. I can imagine on this call that there are many of you who have studied a course you didn't want to study. There are other folks who or maybe took a course you really wanted to study, but at some point as you progress in the course, you discover maybe I shouldn't have taken this course. In other circumstances, some people have also done a course they actually wanted to study, but as they progressed and went into careers or into the professional dimension, they discovered actually I want to do something different. Now, there are different categories of individuals who are on this call. So to begin us in a sense, can you tell me, for example, which category you fall into? So just write A, B, or C on the chat section. So A, I am somebody who is doing a course I don't like very much. That's A. B, I am somebody who is doing a course I do like, but as I progress in the course, maybe I'm in my final year, I discovered maybe I should have done something else. That is B. And then C, I am somebody who finished a full course, went into a career of professionalism, but at some point I discovered, oh, maybe I want to do something else. And animation and post-production appeals to me. That is C. So who are you? A, B, or C? Let's go. So I can see Osazuwa Innocent says it's A. Eloso Nimota A. Ezianthony is B. Gosu Moses A. Ugo Richard C. Interesting. There are lots of A's and lots of B's and very little C. Interesting. And anyway, this is giving me a sense as who is in the room. There are lots of A's and lots of B's. Favor, Amora is a C. Sheyi is a C. Oh, okay. The C's are coming through now. Interesting. So the A's and the B's and the C's. So if you're looking at the chat section, what you discover is this. There is a very nice flow of different individuals on this program. It's either you are currently studying a course you don't like at all. Maybe I even use a strong word you absolutely don't like or dislike. B, you're somebody who is taking a course you don't like so much, but at some point, or rather the course that you like, but at some point as you progress, you discover, even though I like the course, but maybe I should have done something else. So the big guys and ladies. And then for C, these are the folks who have finished their program entirely, gone into careers, they've been working somewhere for a long time, and suddenly heard about the Yappi initiative or Yappi program and said, well, guess what? I think I would like to take this program in animation and post-production. C. Now, the point is this, friends. Irrespective of which category you fall, whether A or B or C, the fact remains, it is absolutely crucial for you to understand that you need to pick up new fundamental skills that aligns with your next career direction. And except you do that and you're intentional on how you pick up the skill, but most importantly, how you are able to link that skill you've picked up or new knowledge and linking it to career direction or career opportunities. If not, guess what? You will still remain in confusion and lack of clarity. That is absolutely true. Like I was telling you earlier on, I did a course in zoology, even though I wanted to study medicine. I remember telling myself, after my JAM, I'll go and take JAM, and then, okay, I'll go get into medicine. And my first JAM score was 204. Well, you knew then, to get into medicine in Nigerian University, you have to have a JAM score of 250 and above. I said, well, I'm going to go and resume in zoology. At the end of my first year in zoology, I said, I'm going to take JAM again. But I tried. But guess what? I scored 205. But just 1 point above my first JAM. That's true. But guess what happened? I progressed to my first degree, finished a bachelor's degree in zoology, did a master's degree in environmental rehabilitation, and then a PhD in environmental management. But guess what? The very first proper job, I would say proper job I was involved with was as a producer or line producer of an international multi-award winning movie called Dry. Now you're wondering, what is the link between zoology and Dry as a movie? Most of you have probably seen the film. But guess what? At the back of my heart, even when I was studying, and I'm saying so because there are folks in this room who are in this kind of category, okay? Because this program we're going to talk about will cover many levels and dimensions for a robust career. The issues where there is so much gaps and conflict in careers will be revealed in this program. So that when you're finishing the animation and post-production course, you are already settled and clear in your mind of what you want to try to achieve. And so the question is, why or how, what is the connection between somebody who studies zoology, the study of animals, by the way, for those who don't know, and making a movie? Or what is the link between somebody who studies zoology and writing scripts for movies? Guess what? That's because I've always known as I was growing up, even in my first year at the university, that I had a knack for writing. I had a knack for creativity. I had a knack for understanding stories. I'll go watch a movie, and at the end of the movie, my friends are going, wow, what an amazing action film. And I'm thinking, but guess what? Whoever wrote that script is an absolute genius. Are you following me? Some people are going, my goodness, what an amazing film. And I'm thinking, my goodness, the camera positioning of that movie was incredible. That is the way my mind was working, even though I didn't understand what was going on. What am I saying this? It is absolutely crucial to understand that whatever category you fall into, A, B, or C, it is important to search the inner post of your mind and ask yourself, do you have any kind of love, affection, affinity for creative media or creativity at all? If you are just coming to this course just to pick up this skill, just so you can just go and maybe learn something new, but you don't have any kind of inkling or an idea of creativity or a sense of belonging or a sense of affinity to the program itself, I can assure you, you will actually collate and pass this program. You might even get an amazing job, but at some point there will be a conflict. And it's very, very important I tell you that. So guess what? Set your mind and know what you're doing. Why am I saying this? As I progress, I discovered actually whatever I do now, even though I'm still a scientist and I'm working in creative media and helping with partnerships, creativity is basically at the forefront of my career direction. I've been able to align it. That's absolutely crucial. So where do you think you are at? What is your positioning? How do you feel at the moment? Okay. At the end of the day, it requires intentionality and consistency. And so this is what the program will try to achieve. Follow me. Okay. Now, this program has got 4 main modules. The International Career Coaching Program have 4 main modules. Okay. And the modules are these: perspective module, the person module, the partnership module, and the prospecting module. And I'll explain what this means in a minute. Perspective module, the person module, the partnership module, and the prospecting module. Okay, now have that in mind because I'll be speaking about these modules individually so you can understand why it's absolutely important to take this program very seriously if you want to get some career clarity as you progress on the Yappi program. Okay, first and foremost, some details about the program. It's going to be a 3-month program. So the International Career Coaching Program will go for 3 months. It's flexible such that you can actually be flexible in how you take the program. There will be at least 1 short video every week of a timeline or duration of between 5 minutes and 20 minutes, depending on what the module or the theme for the week is. At the end of every video, there will be a simple exercise. But because you are undertaking the core animation program, you would have at least 4 or 5 days to 1 week with which you can now respond to the exercises. In case you're wondering, why exercises? It's crucial because you learn by doing. This program is not a program where you learn by listening. It's not a program where you learn by hearing things out, by watching a video. No, it's a program you learn by doing. Because if you can do, then you are sure you've learned. It's very true. It's a fundamental backdrop of global curriculum. For you to know that you've learned, you should be able to do. And so it's not your traditional program where you have so much theory in your mind, and at the end of passing your examinations, you've forgotten everything. No, there is no theory around this program. It's practical, it's vocational, it's intentional, it's strategic, and at the end of the day, it's transformational. Okay. So at the end of every week, there'll be a simple exercise which you have to take very seriously. And I tell you why. If you are thinking, well, I can do whatever I want, I won't respond to them, you will be caught. And I'll tell you, be very careful. Now, on this program, there are 50 certified career mentors. And these mentors spread across over 20 African countries. Are you following me? Now, they have got very strong links with industry. And the program itself will tie you to industry so that what you are learning at some point in the program, you will be able to actually convert it and actually offer a specific student consultancy to an SME, an organization, a university, a government agency, as the case may be. Which is very, very practical. It means, therefore, that you will be given different groups where you would join. And each group would have at least 2 mentors in the group. So when you are given an exercise, after watching the video, you are to post the result or the assessment or the exercise or your output on your group. And so your mentors would pick those up for assessment. That means you cannot hide. So hear me very well. Tell yourself now, I'm taking this very seriously. You have an opportunity to learn and do. But not only to learn and do, to learn, do, and to earn. And I'm coming to that in a minute. To learn, to do, and to earn. Hear me now. Perspectives. So guess what? Write this down because this would be the guiding principle of the entire international career coaching program. And here is the principle. In every professional is a student wanting to learn. And in every student is a professional waiting to earn. I'll say it again. In every professional is a student wanting to learn. And in every student is a professional waiting to earn. That is the guiding principle of the entire international career program, coaching program. Now, let me explain what this means in a nutshell. It means, therefore, that actually, in reality, and having done enough research to understand this across many African countries and even globally, I have come to discover by principles that the most successful students who are very successful at the end of a program, it doesn't matter if it's a first degree, master's degree, or PhD, or even if it's Yappi. It is true. The most successful students who become successful at the end of a training program, no matter what the program is, are students who start behaving like professionals while they are studying. Hear me well. In the same vein, the most successful professionals in real life, those who have good jobs or not even good jobs, any professional in real life, the most successful ones are professionals who behave like students even when they're professional, because they are always learning new things. Are you following me? That is the guiding principle of the whole career initiative. So, if you're a student on this call, as you undertake the Yappi program, you better be sure that you are acting and behaving professionally. That means that when you are given assignment, you respond on time. When you are given exercises, respond on time. When you are acting or responding to your age or colleagues on your groups or generally, be professional. Act like professionals. And we'll show you over the next 3 months how this can happen effectively and efficiently. Also, if you're a professional already in work on this program, don't tell yourself that I'm already in work. Why are you on a program? Because you are here to learn. So you need to wear a second hat as a student and humble yourself to learn and pick up principles and knowledge that will capacitate you towards becoming a proficient and effective, efficient animator or post-production expert. Are you following me? And so we would show you how to be a true student, learning and picking up knowledge that you are applying through the assessment and the exercises which you undertake and deliver. Perspectives. Let me give you a small sense of what I mean. The story I know about an energy drinks company. So hear me clearly. A drinks company was struggling with the sales of their drink. And so they called a young executive to come design a marketing campaign with which they will sell the drink or maybe increase or improve the sales of their energy drink. And so this young executive came, spent several weeks doing interviews, consultations, forum sessions, and at the end designed a graphical marketing campaign. They agreed a date to launch the campaign and went to market. Okay. The very next day, after they launched the campaign, guess what happened? The sales of that drink plummeted worse than it was before they called the marketing executive. And there was panic everywhere. So everyone rushed to the room. Wait, what happened? What happened? What happened? There's panic. What went on? And then they discovered that the country or location where they launched this marketing campaign, they read from right to left. So watch that. They read from right to left. It was launched in the Middle East. So a young woman wakes up in the morning and says, I am active and strong. I take this drink and then I collapse. God forbid that thing. Are you following me? The intention was, I am weak and tired. I take the drink and I'm energized. But they didn't consider the context of careers. So in the program, we would show you what context means with respect to careers. It's absolutely crucial because many people undertake careers just in a bubble or isolation. You cannot undertake your career in isolation. Everything is connected. I'll give an example. How many of you realize that you can live in Nigeria, but guess what? All the jobs you do in animation is actually in Kenya or Uganda. That's context. How many students do you know graduate from a course? And at the end of graduating, you ask them, well, would you like to get an amazing job? If you got an amazing job in, say, Zambia, for example, would you take the job? I've done this interview or this question to a group of students, and all of them had their hands up. Oh, yes. So I'm going to ask you in the room, if at the end of this animation program, follow me, at the end of Yappi, you got an amazing skill and you got an amazing job in Zambia or in Botswana or in Kenya, would you take the job? Yes or no? Respond in the chat. Let's see. If at the end of Yappi, you got an amazing job in Zambia, Uganda, are you following me? In Namibia, would you take the job? Yes or no? So it's okay to say no, but let me get a feel for the room. I like Peter Sampson. He writes a big yes, and the S has no end. My kind of person. I like that. Positivity. I can see Jessica. I can see Osazua. Everyone is saying yes, yes, yes. Well, somebody said no, and maybe you have your amazing reason. But a majority of you says, yes, yes, I'm going to take the job. But guess what, friends? I remember asking the student group the same question. So you will take the job? They say yes. Then I asked, how many of you would intentionally look for jobs outside Nigeria at the end of a program? And out of a room of over 200 students, only 5 people's hands went up. That's my point. Your understanding of context in careers opens your mind. Because guess what? Your positioning within your space determines your positioning for your place. That means you need to understand that even though you are doing an animation program or production program, the world is at your fingertip. We live in a virtual world where everything can happen for your good. And you have to be open to understanding context. And so in the program, we will teach you how to contextualize careers within the program. Are you following me? Now watch this. Some statistics, which is very important. Africa is massive. It's a big continent, over 1.2 billion people. And 25 of the fastest growing economies in the world are in Africa. And by 2030, Africa would have a record of about 1.5 billion people. And as a matter of fact, they would soon exceed China and India combined. But currently, with our huge population, over 420 million young Africans, don't have a great job. They're either unemployed or vulnerably employed. That means the job they're doing is not even worth it. They're doing it just to feed. Why would you undertake such a powerful animation and post-production program? And at the end of the day, you are still clueless with no work. That makes no sense. So tell yourself, I am ready today to change my life around. And so we're going to help you and guide you on how to align yourself to career direction. So take this seriously and grab your career bull by the horns. Don't you get surprised that in Nigeria, for example, there are over 2,500 movies produced every year, but guess what? Less than 5% of over 400 higher institutions, which includes universities, polytechnics, colleges, less than 5% have any program within a creative media space to international standard. Why am I saying so? It's a privilege. Hear me now. It's a privilege, an opportunity for you to be accepted on this program because you have no idea, but guess what? Your life is about to change. But the changing of your life and its transformation and the consequent impact of that change is dependent on how seriously you take the program. Are you following me? So, the creative industry space is quite wide. It includes advertising, design, fashion, film, television and radio, performing and visual art, publishing, galleries, library. It's wide. Most of you know about the social media frenzy. You're on social media. One thing is happening all the time. People are getting creative. The production of content is a big deal. People are earning money just by producing content on social media. It's a huge market and it's a new space. You have an opportunity to be at the forefront on the continent. Hear me well. I'll say it again in case you didn't hear. You have an opportunity to be at the forefront of the creme de la creme of individuals, young Africans, who are taking their career bulls by the horn by being a part of an innovative initiative around capacitation and increasing the knowledge and skills in animation and post-production. You are blessed and privileged. Don't take it for granted. This is absolutely crucial. I will show you in a minute how powerful this is. So hear me well. So person, everybody, no matter who you are, through your educational career, you would have or should have gone through these 4 levels. And will be so basically what I'm doing now is giving you a very high level overview of what this career program is about for the next 3 months. So get you excited, yeah? So let me ask a question. If you're excited, tell me, yes, I am. Let's go in the chat. If you're excited, tell me, yes, I am. Let's go. If you are not, tell me, no, I am not. Don't worry. I will notice who you are, and that's fine. But if you're excited, say, write in the chat, yes, I am. Let's go. Thank you, Ifeina. Thank you, Lilia. Thank you, Mbaneme. Thank you, Peter Samson. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Gibbs Osinachi. Oh, amazing, guys. Yes, I am. 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 Oh, I am excited that you're excited. As I was saying, everybody on this program, at one point or the other, you are supposed to or have gone through these 4 levels in your career. And what are the levels? It's called the deed pathway. The deed pathway is simply the pathway where, as an individual, you are able to discover yourself at pre-university, empower yourself at university, enhance yourself at industry level, and at the end of the day, distribute yourself. And that is the intentionality of what you call the deed pathway. The trouble is this. Many people get into university and they're taking a program, but they're taking a program in some way they're not supposed to be. That is because they haven't discovered themselves before they went to university. Or they probably have discovered themselves, but for some circumstances, because of JAM results, like in my case, or because of circumstances or parents or family, they were not able to empower themselves in what they've discovered. Most of you know you love fashion. You've always known that. You see a dressing and you go, my goodness, that design would have been better if they added this seam and this embroidery. It's how your mind works, but you can't explain why your mind works that way. Whatever it is that your mind is telling you, you can't control. It has a link or a tie to what you're supposed to be doing. I won't go into much details, but trust me, the program would cover this. Your design as a person is fundamental to the success of your career. Most of you know well, I love writing and words come easy to you. And you've known this for a long time. It's like me, I love writing. But guess what? Except you are able to articulate and get the opportunity to actually write and express yourself, you won't get to the point of establishment of your person. And so the idea of this program is to link the career skills and capacity with your personal gifting and talent. And so that means makes you blossom. And so it would help you discover yourself better, would empower you, would enhance you, and will give you the opportunity to distribute yourself through jobs, projects, and opportunities for consultations and remuneration. So this will be covered extensively during the program. Understanding your person. Okay? Now, to kind of progress this, in the same vein, most of you will say, well, what I do right now is a nice hobby I have. But is it really a hobby? So I'll give you a simple example of what I mean. How many of you on this call have a CV? So if I ask you now, I want to give you a job today, send me a comprehensive CV. How many of you in this room can tell me, can send it to me the next 5 minutes? Say yes or no, and don't lie. I can see you. If I ask you right now to send me your CV, I want to give you a job today. How many of you right here in this room can send me the CV in the next 5 minutes? Say, yes, I am, I can, or no, I can't. Be honest. How many of you? I'm watching. Yes. Yes. Lisa has a CV. Okay. Yeah. Someone, oh, I'm happy. Someone said, no, I don't have a CV. Well, guess what? That will change on this program. At the end of this program, if you don't have a CV ready to go to the market, it's a waste of time. So we would ensure that you have an articulated CV for different levels. Are you following me? And even if you already have a CV, we would make sure you now design a creative CV. It's different. You see me, I work in sciences, I work in research, I work in partnerships, I also work in creative media. And guess what? For these different dimensions, I have different CVs. So that means most of you who maybe you work in banking right now, but you're on this call, it is important to be able to develop a customized creative CV based on this Yappi program. I would help you with that. Most of you maybe already work or you work in manufacturing at the moment, but you know in your heart you've got a creative juice that flows through you. Before the end of this program, we would empower you on how to develop a creative CV. You can have 2, 3, 4 CVs if you want to, depending on the opportunity or the positioning. Are you following me? Why am I saying this? In many CVs, what do you discover? There's a part of a CV, for some reason, towards the end, people write hobbies and interests. And why is that important? Because I discovered a normal CV has got like the personal details. So your name, your address, your email address, social media, LinkedIn profiles, and so on. And then maybe your education. Some people in this call, your job right now, you don't like it very much. You know in your heart, this job is killing me. I wish I could get an opportunity to do something different. But then at the bottom of your CV, under hobbies and interests, you write, I love writing. I love fashion. I love design. I love photography. But you call it a hobby and an interest or an interest. My friends, ladies and gentlemen, are you sure it's just a hobby and an interest? And the good thing is this, I'm yet to find somebody who dislikes their hobby or their interest. That defeats the purpose of the term hobby and interest. But guess what? We would show you how to begin to convert your hobbies and your interests into passion and your passion into profit. I'll say it again. We would show you how to convert that hobby and interest, which is the reason I believe in my heart why you join this course for many folks. We'll show you how to convert it from just a hobby and an interest to a passion, from a passion to profit. Very, very vital. Okay? Great. So partnerships, the third module. Now there are 4 modules, right? Under partnerships in this program, we will show you how to be intentional in creating amazing networks. So I'm going to ask a simple question. How many of you on this call have a LinkedIn profile? Say yes or no. Let's go. How many of you on this call have a LinkedIn profile? Say yes or say no. Let's go. How many? Be very honest. How many of you on this call have a LinkedIn profile? Say yes or say no. I'm watching. Let's go. Samson says yes. Owolabi Esther says yes. Okay. Obed says yes. Okay. Someone says no. Someone says yes. Someone says no. Other people say yes. So there's a range of answers. In the world we live, how can you not have a LinkedIn profile? Are you following me? We would show you on this program how you are able to identify yourself and position yourself with a clear virtual footprint. Are you following me? I'll give a simple story. 7 years ago, thereabout, when I first joined LinkedIn, I discovered that actually I called my name the Nigerian expert. That was my nomenclature on LinkedIn. And for many years, all the people who were speaking to me, engaging with me, were just Nigerians. So one day I woke up in the morning, I said, but wait a minute. I know I'm Nigerian, but what I do, there is a market in Kenya, in Ghana, in Zimbabwe, in Nairobi. Are you following me? There are markets in these places, in the UK, in Canada. So I changed my nomenclature and I now call myself on LinkedIn the Africa expert. Can you guess what happened? In the space of 1 week, I started getting engagement from people from different African countries. Right now, I engage with folks from over 35 countries. Why is that so? I was intentional in my LinkedIn or in my virtual footprint. Most of you have amazing CVs, 3-page CV, 5-page CV, 10-page CVs. But if I ask you now, so let's a simple question. Can you write for me in the chat the number of pages of your LinkedIn profile right now? Let's go. I'll be surprised. Write for me the number of pages you think your LinkedIn profile is right now. How many pages is it? I'm watching. Let's go. I want to make it as interactive as possible. And by the way, get ready because I'll be picking up some questions as you progress. Okay? How many of you have how many pages of CV or is your CV on LinkedIn? Someone says 5. Someone says 1. Lots of ones. Can you see it, guys? Someone says 0. Someone doesn't even have a LinkedIn profile. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How can you have a CV on your laptop gathering dust, which nobody sees, and that CV is 5 pages? But your CV on the biggest professional network in the world is 1 page. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. So on this program, we would make you begin to intentionally use networking. And part of the exercises would be, for example, for you to find 2 new friends or 3 new friends in creative media space in 4 other African countries. And we will show you how to do that. So get ready. Because at the end of the program, I want you to be able to say, guess what? I've got networks in other countries beyond Nigeria. Most of you, primary school, Nigeria. Secondary school, Nigeria. Hello, university, Nigeria. Your youth service, Nigeria. Your first job, Nigeria. Second job, Nigeria. All the workshops you've been in Nigeria. What happened to you? Ha! It's a big world out there. Come on. So we would help you and show you how to be intentional in your career enhancement. Are you following me? Because you cannot put yourself in a box. Your network is your net worth. And if you are intentional about your network, it means you are capacitating yourself and growing your opportunities to increase your earning, your remuneration, your impact across the world. So you better get ready. Are you following me? Partnerships. We will show you all of this and how to do this. So I'll end with this. Most of you on this call, if I ask you right now to Google yourself, you would Google yourself, quite all right. But when you put your name on Google, what would happen is this. Google would have an epilepsy looking for you. Google is looking for you and shaking. At the end, Google say, did you mean this other person? then you have a problem. Hello? How can Google be looking for you? You can try it now. Type my name, Dr. Akanimo. Before you even finish Akanimo, Google will tell you my surname. Hold on. Because Google knows me. Does Google know you? If Google doesn't know you, then we have a problem. And I'm hoping before the end of this program that all of you will be known and have a solid virtual footprint. Are you hearing me? Okay. Partnerships. Prospecting. I'm going to end with this. What is prospecting? The idea is that everybody who undertakes any program, whether it's first degree, master's, or even Yappi, at the end of this program, what would happen is what you call we call the 3 career E routes. The first E route is the route that you go into, whether you like it or yes. The first E route is employment. Perhaps you're working for somebody. The second E route is enterprise or entrepreneurship, so working for yourself. The third E route is education. So you love Yappi so much and animation so much that you want to go and now take a program in production or producing, in acting, in photography. Are you following me? Cinematography. So it's either employment, enterprise, entrepreneurship, or education. These are the 3 E routes after any program. Now, let me tell you what the trouble is in real life. The trouble is this. Many people will take a program, and at the end of the program, they say, okay, well, I want to go and work for somebody. It's employment. So they go for this company and maybe work there for 1 year, and they lose their job, or they don't like their boss, or something happens and they can't continue. And so they leave the work. The bills are piling up. They are confused. What do I do? At some point, they cannot cope. Then they say, maybe I should start small business. So for the first time in their careers, in their life, they are considering the second E route of entrepreneurship. But now, because they are under pressure, they just find anything possible. They will sell biscuit, sell shoes, some even sell hair. But in your heart, you know, it's not what you really want to do, but now you're under pressure. Some people will finish and they say, well, I want to begin my own business at the end of a program, set up my company. I know for a fact, according to statistics, over 70% of new SME startups fail within the first 2 years. So you begin your company, and at the end of beginning the company, maybe the first year, you lose a major contract and you have to shut down. So you're wondering, my goodness, the bills are piling up, so what do I do? So because you open your own company, which is entrepreneurship, but now you shut down, and for the first time, you're considering employment. But now you haven't touched your CV in 4 years. Now you are under pressure. Any job would fit. Give me job, just any office work. I can't be at home. I need to pay bills. Each time my mom comes downstairs and I'm sharing the same cooking pot, she's looking at me with bad eye. Because at this point, she's thinking, after spending 4 years, I should go somewhere else to go and bring benefits to the family. Social impact. What am I saying so? You shouldn't be trying to choose where you go into, because the program will show you how to be careful and intentional in this dimension, integrating the 3. Why am I saying so? Because the best employees are enterprising employees. Just in the same vein, the best entrepreneurs are entrepreneurs who understand employment dimensions. In the same vein, the best employees and entrepreneurs are those who understand education so that they're growing their capacity and knowledge continually, who would show you how to integrate all. So at the end of Yappi, even before Yappi ends, you know that if it's to be a job, it's where I'm going to get my job. If I want to begin my own company in entrepreneurship, I know what it's supposed to look like. If I want to go and learn extra learning or knowledge at the end of animation and post-production, I know what it's supposed to be. Irrespective, you are bringing impact to the Africa's creative economy. And that's the bottom line. Are you following me? Beautiful. So I want to paint a quick picture of some levels of different career opportunities within animation and post-production. Are you following me? Okay. So guess what? At level 1, at pre-production, you have the initial stages. What am I talking about? 3D animation, post-production stage. You now have 3D animation, stage 1, stage 2, but also the preparatory stage. So at these levels or stages in animation and post-production, there are different kinds of jobs you can actually achieve or get. Or there are different opportunities for different careers. Let me paint you a quick picture of how this looks in real life. Are you following me? Watch. So in pre-production, What do I mean? These are the individuals who start doing interesting things before an actual production. So a screenwriter, you can be a storyboarder. There are people who all they do is storyboarding. There are people who all they do is character design in animation, and they are amazing at it. And guess what? They will do amazingly and get jobs that will book them continuously because there is nobody who does character design in animation. You will be taught this at the pre-production level, but you have opportunities to have careers in pre-production. Are you following me? What about in production? You can be a 3D modeler, a rigger, a character animator, a production manager in production. What about post-production? You can be a special effect artist, a matte painter, an editor, a sound designer, and the list goes on. There are different ways you can get into different careers within the animation and post-production economy or sector. And so at some point, you begin to choose which area you like the best, or a combination of areas to form a robust career direction. And that's very, very crucial. Opportunities. Let me ask a simple question, friends, and be very honest with me. Do you know any amazing animator in your locality? Say yes or no. Watch this. Do you know any amazing animator personally in your locality where you are living, your space, your region? Do you know an amazing animator? Say yes or no. Be honest. Respond, please, in the chat. Do you know an amazing animator? Guys, I'd like you to watch the chat and see the people's responses because I want to make a point, a big point. A simple question is this. Do you know an amazing animator in your location, in your state, in your house, in your region, in your sector? Tell me. What do you notice in the chat? There is a lot of no's. My goodness. There is a lot of no's. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I want to show you how impactful this can be for your life. Keep going. There is a lot of no's. Keep going. Some people are even writing the no and writing lots of O's at the end of the N to show you how they don't know anybody at all. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Do you know any amazing animator in your location, in your area? Keep going. Look at the level. Just a few yeses. Lots of no's. Are you kidding me? How is that possible? Take a few yeses. Lots of no's. No, 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 no. Perry, no. Mike, no. Tashisha, no. Eze, no. Chika, no. That tells me something. And I'm ending with this. The number of no's you see is a good representation of the numbers of yes you will get. I'll say it again. The numbers of no's you see on the chart is significant in comparison to the numbers of yeses you will get at the end of picking up this incredible skill in animation and post-production. Most of you have seen The Lion King, Finding Nemo. Right, follow me? Lots of animation movies. Let me paint you a picture of what animation can do. Most people don't realize. Do you realize that there are many companies who would love their business plans to be animated? There are many researchers, many universities who publish papers, professors, academics, who would love, at the end of publishing their paper, research paper, they would love to convert the paper to a short animation story. Are you hearing me? How many of you realize there are many companies who have a nice profile as a Word document or PDF, and they will love an opportunity to convert that profile to a short 2 minute animation video. How many of you realize there are many executives, individuals, who will go and give speeches and they would love for an animation video to play in their background as they're giving their speech? How many of you realize there are many banks, many companies, agencies with many products, many services, which right now they sell it through advertisement on newspapers, on social media. And my goodness, oh boy, wouldn't they just love a short animation video that describes their product, their service, their business in clearly? Should I go on? The opportunities are massive. You are in the right place at the right time for the right reason to change the dynamics and the sector within creative space. You are the forefront of an innovation and transformation in this space. The opportunities are boundless. Africa, Nigeria is filled with problems. But guess what? These problems are opportunities. Okay, so buckle your seatbelt because we are about to take you on an amazing ride within this space. And I'm hoping you prepare to give a powerful contribution and participation on the International Career Coaching Program. On that note, I want to end with this simple story. A friend of mine, chief executive of a top London company, and he used to have like a staff who was a receptionist. Are you following me? And so one day, after coming for one of my sessions, he goes to the office. And as he was in his office one day, he was eavesdropping at this receptionist staff of his who was having a conversation with another staff. And that conversation was about the fact that during the weekends, he used to produce short animation videos for this as a hobby. He was listening. At the end, he calls this receptionist to the office and says, "I'm so sorry, but I overheard you talking to this our colleague in the office, your colleague in the office, of what you do at the weekend when you are relaxing." Says, "Can I see some of your videos?" And so this gentleman brings his laptop and shows the chief executive his animation videos. And it blew the guy's mind. It was like, "You are kidding me." Right there and then, he got an extra job. He says, "From today on, you handle every advertisement of our company. And your job is to produce all our animation skits, videos, adverts for the company across different levels." And they increased his salary significantly. But guess what? When you speak to that gentleman, he will tell you he now wakes up in the morning ready to go to work. Why? Because he's going to go and do a job he absolutely loves, which before now, he only considered it as a hobby. But now, it's become a passion. From passion, it's now profit because he's earning a lot from it. What he would never have been able to earn remaining just a receptionist. But guess what, friends? Ladies and gentlemen, for that to happen, he had to have been able to express it very effectively and efficiently, enough for this boss to be impressed at how good he is. And therefore, the opportunity was made available. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And so what I'm going to do is this. I know for a fact that many people have many questions, which I understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just ask folks to just write your questions as much as you can on the chat. Our team would pick it up, okay? If I can respond to a few now, I will. If I can't, we'll pick the questions up, summarize them, and respond to them in your Telegram group so you are aware of what's going on. Are you following me, friends? So if you have any question right now, please write the question on the chat. There is somebody on the call, one of the staff, our staff, our mentors who would pick up these questions. Are you following me? And so once we have the collation of the questions, we'll collect them, we'll respond to them in a creative way, either through a video or text messaging, and make it available to everybody so you can see the responses to these questions. Are you following me, ladies and gentlemen? And on that note, I wish you an amazing evening and God bless you all. Thank you.
gbogbo tó ń ṣe ìfẹ́ alámúnú rẹ̀ rántí ọlọ́jọ́ tí kájọ. Ìbéèrè dópin ilé ayé tá a wá yìí o, ohun kan ṣoṣo ní àwa tá ò rí. Àlàáfíà nìkan ló lè tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn, ẹni bá fẹ́ kọ́ bọ́. Mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ní sọ. Ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé ènìyàn asán lórí asán ni, ẹ fi ọ̀bọ̀ ṣe tí ó tọ́. Ohun rere tí à ń ṣe ló lè mú ayé tòrò, rántí ọlọ́jọ́ tí kájọ. Kí ni ohun tí à ń wá tí à ń fi yá jára wa, tá bá wo lọ́tún tá sì wo lọ́wọ́ sí. Àlàáfíà nìkan ló lè tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn, ẹni bá fẹ́ kọ́ bọ́. Mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ní sọ. Bobo Shady Otto. Rarity and share. Lole Muaye Toro. Ronti Yolo Jotin Kaljo. Kiyon Tianwa Tian Fia Jarawa. Taba Wolotu Tasi Wolo Wosi. Ala Faliko Lolete Walo. Eni Bafe Kobo. Monti Soroti Moni So. Ene Ano Ala Neni